What's up, everybody? My name is Chris. This is the Knife Charlatan. Today I want to be talking about this little Gerber dime pocket-sized multi-tool, and it's something that I've been checking out recently and was able to pick one up. And we're going to look at the functions of it, the tools in it, and see if it's something that looks like would be good for you or maybe not. Pass on to the next one, but anyway, we're going to check it out. Thanks for watching. First and foremost, I want to talk about the size of this little thing and the carry options. As you can see, I'm stuffing it down in my little watch pocket, and I have my regular knife clipped inside my normal pocket, and it's not something that's so large and obtrusive that it's going to get in the way. It tucks right out of the way. You could throw it in a purse, you could throw it in a bag, you could leave it in the ashtray of your vehicle if vehicles still had ashtrays, but they don't. Oh, excuse me, pardon my fly. You could also carry it on a keychain or on a carabiner. As you can see, I have a little Night Eyes S beaner, and that's something that just slips right on there, or slips right off, and you can carry it around or pull it off and use it as you please. I always clip the S beaner, or I have been a lot, to my belt loop. Sometimes I've worried that it might break the belt loop, but I've been doing that for several years now and have never had a problem. So far it seems to be working out good, and this thing's not very heavy. So basically, it's small and portable. The next thing I want to talk about is the fact that these are little pliers. They fold out on both handles, and they're kind of needle nose. Not exactly needle nose, but you can also see they have the serrated jaws that's kind of rounded, and they also have a wire snipper inside the jaws there. And you can see that it's pretty easily snipping this paper clip. So if you can imagine what a paper clip is like, you know it would easily snip little pieces of wire. And it'll also bend and fold and twist, and that's something you may want to use pliers for. Although it will turn a nut, I would really be careful about how large or how tight or how much pressure you're putting on one of those, because that's how I destroyed another small multi-tool that I used to have. You can see they're spring loaded. They want to stay in the open position until you fold them over and close them up. It's really a nifty little package, to say the least. The next tool we have here is the flathead screwdriver, and for the life of me, I don't know why anybody would use flathead screws for anything. You can see I have a pretty hard time getting that started, and that's because flathead screws are terrible and they should not be used on anything ever. But they are used sometimes, and sometimes you need a flathead screwdriver, and in this case there is one on the little multi-tool. I think pretty much always switch plates have flatheads, and you just run across little flatheads from time to time when there's really no way around it. One day I hope they go extinct. Here we have what's known as a two-dimensional Phillips head, and you can see it's kind of a triangle shape, but this blade also has a little fingernail file, and I can use it to get under there. Something about cleaning my nails is important to me, but anyway, you can see that it fits, that triangle shape fits right in the Phillips head, and does a good job. Now we're going to talk about the little sheep's foot blade, and it's just a small blade with a little bit of a point on there. I'm opening some mail that I had laying around, and I think that opening mail is one of those things that everybody has to do, and you can either jab your fat finger under there and rip it open like a savage, or you can pull out a little knife and do it like a civilized person. We also have these little scissors, and this is a light that I had gotten for Christmas, and just now got around to undoing the little package there. You can see that the scissors on this kind of elastic little rope, the scissors do an okay job. They're probably not the best scissors that I've ever used, ever, but they get the job done, and sometimes it's nicer to have scissors rather than a blade. They just come in handier. And you can see it cuts kind of a cardstock, kind of thicker than cardstock material there. You can cut paper, you can cut string, you can cut whatever. This is a neat little tool here. It's a package opener, and you can see it's like a chisel grind shape on it, and it just, you stick it right in there and pull it right around, and instead of like the blade where you might accidentally stab it in and stab whatever it is that's on the inside of the package you're trying to open. It makes it nice and safe. Now I've shown you some of these tools, but you might be lost. So let's actually look what we have here. We have pliers, spring-loaded pliers, and also the wire snippers. We have the bottle opener there, and of course it works like a regular bottle opener. There's tweezers inside the handle, inside the scales if you will, and that's something that used to only come on like a Victorinox Swiss Army knife, but it's cool that it has it here. Good job, Gerber. We've got the little scissors, and you can see that it's like a metal spring. It's kind of roughed up. I don't know if these are like a refurbished. Surely they're not refurbished. I bought them in a retail store, but anyway, it functions properly, so I'm not too worried about it. We've got that package opener that we were just looking at. We've got the sheep's foot blade, and I'm gonna go ahead and use it. Something that I do, I have two wonderful little kids and they love fruit, so I'm always cutting fruit for them, and peeling an orange is something that isn't necessarily an art form, but it's there is some finesse to it. So I'm using the little blade to go around, and then just to change it up a little, there's actually a little tool called an orange peeler, and that little package opener is kind of like an orange peeler. And matter of fact, Victorinox Swiss Army knives, some models have a particular orange peeler on them. Now, I wouldn't ordinarily use the pliers to peel the orange peel off, but as you can see, you definitely can. That's something I generally do by hand. So obviously you can use it for food and preparing food and cutting fruit, and I not only would use this just for fruit, I could use it for, you know, anything, especially any food that might come in a package or something like that. You can use it to cut the package, but it also works well for slicing the fruit. And like I said, my kids love the fruit, and so fruit is something that we usually always have on hand at the house. And they're just getting old enough. They're 3 and almost 2, and asking for fruit is something that's relatively new. And for anybody who's ever been a parent, or at least me, I'll just talk for me, it's cool to me when my kids come and ask for fruit. And they can ask for orange, or they can ask for apple, and they can ask for banana, but it's neat to me and I enjoy it. Now, it occurred to me I didn't actually demonstrate the bottle opener, and I don't have any bottles, so to speak, but you can see how that works. So this is the tool in all of its glory, the Gerber dime. There it is. There it is again. So in conclusion, I feel like that this is a good tool, especially for the money. And we're talking about, I looked and it's approximately $23 depending on the color. The black one is $23. This one is about right at 20, and there's a purple one that I guess nobody wants, so it's 17. I do know people that like purple. I've got females in my life that I care about, and I always forcibly buy them knives and stuff for gift giving holidays, just because I love knives so much, and I think everyone should also love knives. So purple is a good color, and the women in my life love purple, so really $17 is not bad. So we're looking at 17, 19, or 20, and 23 respectively for the purple, this color, the red and gray, and then the black. And for around the $20 price point, I really don't see how that you could go wrong for a tool like this that's got the pliers and the blade. The little sheep's foot blade shape is something that I really like, and I like it not just on this but on other knives as well. And the scissors, I think that the scissors maybe could do a little bit better, but for what they are, I mean, you know, I'm not out cutting leather and making sheets and doing all that kind of stuff with a little bitty pair of scissors. We're just talking about something for basic, you know, real quick little tasks. And the flathead blade, the two-dimensional Phillips head blade, and then of course the bottle opener. And you can put it on your keychain, or you can put it in your pocket or the little watch pocket, guys, especially with the watch pocket. But even ladies, slip it in your purse, or you know, in a pocket. Especially, everybody knows girl jeans have those teeny tiny pockets, and this is not something that would be so big and so bulky and so obtrusive that it wouldn't fit in those shallow girl jean pockets. But anyway, it's just a good little multi-tool, and it's got plenty of functionality, especially for the $20 price point. I think that's my opinion anyway. And I've had other little multi-tools, including I think the closest little comparison of multi-tool would be the Leatherman Squirt. And I had that for a good while and carried it off and on in my pocket, and ended up destroying it because I was just really overdoing the pliers on something, and I just destroyed them. And so anyway, that's what happened to that. But you're also looking at a difference of, you know, $15 in a $20 tool. This one being $20, and the Leatherman Squirt coming in right about $34 or $35. And so that's a pretty big difference. And as far as the functionality is concerned, I don't see, you know, I don't know what you could do with a Leatherman Squirt that you can't do with this thing. But something that is a plus to me are these little tweezers. This is something that I like in the Victorinox, the Swiss Army knives, the little tweezers, and in those I like the toothpick as well. But in this thing, the little tweezers come in handy for, you know, could be anything, you know, the splinters, the rogue hairs, the loose pieces of skin around the fingernail. You guys know that's something I do. Don't judge me, it's okay. But in any case, this Gerber dime at $20, again, just to reiterate, I don't see how you could go wrong. And it's something that is, you know, an alternative to like a Victorinox. Even though they're not necessarily in the same category, they do serve a similar role in the everyday carry department of just being a handy little thing that you can use for small tasks that might come up on a daily basis. So with that in mind, I recommend it. Obviously I recommend it because I bought one with my own money, so, you know, to me it's worth spending money on. And I might do a video later on of like a extended use review or something, but given the fact that I already had the Leatherman Squirt, I mean, I feel like I know what to expect out of this, but I guess time will really tell about how well that it really stands up. And I don't expect it to break down. I mean, it doesn't feel cheap or chintzy. It feels really well made. It's got a good weight and good balance, and So, you know, it feels like quality materials, and these little Torx bit screws and all of that. It feels like it's really well made and put together. So I'm happy with it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And let me know what you think in the comments. And if you have one and want to share any experiences, go ahead and comment about that too. I'm interested to know, you know, what other people's experiences are. And so I appreciate the opportunity to make this video, and thanks for watching.